For those people, that one guy that said, you leave your home, you don't know what you're going to find when you come back. I mean, so many questions, especially this one. What started all these fires? Any idea?
Well, that's the question a lot of people around here are asking. Yesterday was a red flag warning day, which means that there were strong winds, low humidity, high temperatures, really perfect for wildfires. But investigators tell us that they're treating this as arson, possibly. They don't have facts to back that up, but they're going to treat it like that until they can prove otherwise. One local leader went as far to say that in all of his years, he has never seen so many fires break out in one small area like he did yesterday. He finds it highly questionable. And Julie, today is supposed to be another red flag warning day, so firefighters say they're going to do everything they can to continue to try to protect these communities.
All right, let's hope so. Will Carr, thank you so much for the update.
Thousands of people are right now out of their homes, and they don't know if they'll even have places to live by the day's end. The wildfires burning across San Diego County in California, leaving some folks with just seconds to clear out.
Fire, if you're in your house, evacuate your house and run to the closest street.
Come on. Let's go. Let's go.
Come on.
Folks in more than 20,000 homes and businesses had to rush out of there. Several raging fires have ripped through homes, closed schools, and forced evacuations at a nuclear power plant. We'll show you where the fires are burning up in our wall. At one point, there were 9 of them today. These aren't brush fires out in the middle of nowhere. They're burning in the crowded suburbs. They're burning in the crowded suburbs of San Diego itself. This is
There's a fire. If you're in your house, evacuate your house and run to the closest street.
Come on. Let's go.
Come on.
In California. The fire chief there says he has never seen such extreme fires this early in his nearly 3 decades of firefighting.
Continue to be hot spots all throughout the area. In fact, earlier today, one of those hot spots ended up burning an 18-unit apartment complex, and this comes after a separate fire ripped through Carlsbad yesterday. Carlsbad, about 35 miles north of downtown San Diego. That fire destroyed numerous homes and rattled thousands of homeowners.
It's pretty wild to see 100-foot flames 60 yards from your house and see the firefighters, and then you had the Huey helicopters going at it. It was quite a sight, and we're very happy that our house is still here.
There has been so much damage, Chef. The governor has issued a state of emergency.
Hey, Will, I want to show our viewers of these new live pictures that are just coming into us, and you can see in the hills behind these homes and up here, fire after fire after fire. It's an incredible thing to watch. Will was saying the winds have died down, but these fires create their own wind. And you can see these up on the hill there are doing exactly that. Towering smoke all over the area, and of course perilously close to this neighborhood. Will, do we have a sense yet for what may have caused this?
Well, Shep, right now, fire investigators are actually looking at the ignition points of all 9 of these fires. They tell us that they are looking into arson potentially because so many fires broke out in such a short amount of time. They also emphasize that right now they don't have any facts to back that up. And, of course, their top priority is making sure that they get containment on all of these fires before they figure out exactly what caused the fire, Shep.
Yeah, Will, we were watching yesterday in Carlsbad as this was lapping right along the 5 freeway, caused some major traffic problems. And then there was a neighborhood very similar to this is San Marcos now, and live pictures from our station, KSWB, who did a great job covering this and helping us out yesterday. Their local reporter is giving information now, and as the flames are getting very close to this neighborhood, Will, I assume all this has been evacuated.
That's right. In the San Marcos area, they have about 20,000 people who have been evacuated. They've not been able to come back. They're anxiously waiting. So far, the fires only burned about 3 homes, but they're anxiously waiting to see if they can get back into their neighborhoods to make sure that their homes are actually okay.
What's the temperature like, Will? Is it still 90 plus?
Yeah, it's hot. It's about 98, 99, same temperatures that we saw yesterday. It's another red flag warning day, which means that temperatures are high, the humidity is low, and the winds were blowing earlier today. They've died down a little bit, but, pretty good conditions for these fires to spread continually.
Yeah, sadly, it really is. What winds there are coming from the desert to the sea, so you're getting that really dry desert air it sort of creates a wind tunnel of its own, especially when it gets to these flames, and then races through these canyons, which are sort of everywhere around this area. The depth perception can be deceptive. It looks as if the flames are right on top of these homes, but our crews are in this area, and they're telling us that if it comes this way, it's not happening at this moment, but if that's my house. Hey, a local reporter's giving information from here now. Let's listen.
The column was growing, but it certainly, we did not expect it to come over as quickly as it did. And when it came over, it really was a wall of flame that came over the ridge.
That wall of flame is something that they expected because of the winds would stay on the other side of that. But instead, I want to keep listening. I'll drop back into her. They had not expected to come over this ridge so quickly, and you can hear reporters on scene were kind of stunned by it. If these flames do get to the neighborhood, and it looks like they're getting very close, these firefighters will stay and protect as long as they can. But there comes a time, they've evacuated the neighborhood, they've told the people to leave, and the last thing you want is for firefighters to be in jeopardy. And good grief, would you look at that? That is we're beginning to form one of those flame tornadoes that we're seeing yesterday. The winds begin to circulate with the heat from the flames, and then the canyons around it. You get one of the little wind tunnels, which maybe in the front of us, a skyscraper in New York City, might cause some papers to blow in the air. Here it's taking flames up like a tornado and rushing toward this neighborhood. There is no moisture in anything. The rainy season didn't happen.
That's right. Obviously we're in the middle of a horrible drought in this part of California, really throughout the entire state. It is so bone dry around here that one spark really can start a huge fire. And actually, as I'm talking, we have multiple planes flying over. They're dropping water. They're dropping retardant on these flames. And, the frustrating part for these firefighters is that they get on top of them and then they jump again, Shep.
Yeah, they're headed for this neighborhood, and this is an unbelievable scene. Our friends at KSWB are shooting this from this neighborhood as the flames come over the ridge and begin to devour this neighborhood. As you can see, fire trucks are now on the move. Fire personnel out in the street trying to attack this. The water droppers are coming in from the air. We watched yesterday as they went to nearby lakes, scooped up as much water as they could, and came to try to knock out the front edge of this fire. But at some point, it gets so big and so hot and is moving so quickly that there's very little people can do. If you look to the left of your screen and down that street, look how tall those flames are. 2 or 3 stories into the air, and then whipping up another one of those tornado-like walls of flame. The reporter talking about it now. Listen.
But I also have to tell you that when we pulled into this neighborhood, we talked to a couple residents, and they actually went through an evacuation last night when the fire came in from another direction, and it actually, the firefighters were able to stave it off. But this right here, I don't think this is what they were absolutely expecting. This is just, I'm really hoping that firefighters are able to save these homes. I mean, this wall of flame is just, it's crazy.
Sharon Chen, a local reporter for our local station, Fox 5, standing in this neighborhood with her photographer and her crew and her live truck, watching as this was not at all what the firefighters had expected based on wind conditions and conditions on the ground. They had expected these flames, it's our understanding, to stay on the other side of this ridge for a much longer time. They thought they'd be able to get in, wet down the area, set up lines and the rest, but that is clearly not the case. As Sharon Chen is reporting now, listen.
But give us just a couple of seconds here. Okay, go for it, Stephen. And then we can get closer across the street and you can see, oh my gosh, I think...
the fire dangers are as high as they have ever been for this time of year. AccuWeather meteorologist Justin Povic is on the line with us. Justin, I've lived in Southern California for a while, know a lot of people there, know a lot of weather people there. Nobody has ever seen anything like this early.
Shepard, you're right, and this is driven by the drought, which is covering the entire...
I've never seen anything so big move so quickly in my life. It was awe-inspiring, absolutely, and it's something I never expect to see again.
Oh my God. Holy Jesus. This is bad news. It's coming
coming straight down towards David Nelson's place, like a tornado. Just like a big fireball tornado, look at it. Oh.
That is insane, dude.
It's a fire tornado. Yeah, it usually doesn't happen on minor fires like this. Five-gallon propane tanks for camping. I'm gonna stick with Kent here. The wind is just so powerful, so strong here. Somebody's property burning. Don't get too close, Kent. Don't get too close. This is. What was that? That looks like a gas. Hey, Kent, that's a gas line.
Hilton Wine Country Hotel is actually engulfed in flames right now. You can see the fence is on fire, and behind that, what we think used to be the restaurant here at the Hilton
What's really interesting is as we've been standing here, we can not only feel the heat from these flames, we're having the debris and the ash come rain down on us because we are so close to this fire, but then also we're hearing these loud booms from inside. It's not explosions, it's portions of the hotel that are collapsing in on themselves. And the eeriest part about this is there is not a firefighter in sight. We have not heard a siren, we have not seen a fire truck, nothing. And that is exactly like what we've been talking about all morning. These firefighters are